Kia ora, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Untidy. This one a little bit different. I'm on location in Northland.
She's on the ground. She is on the ground.
She travels with her mic. She has sent her children out to skedaddle for an hour.
Mhm.
I don't care where you skedaddle.
I was going to say, like, where are they skedaddling to? Are they just sort of like outside? Are they going for a little walk to the
Well,
dairy?
at time of recording, we are in Russell.
Mhm.
The weather
Oh,
is
love Russell.
gorgeous. The weather is not gorgeous. It's not the best, but it's fine for a skedaddle outside.
Mhm.
They've got a couple of beach options. I showed them where they could go, and off they went.
There's some quite cool stuff to do in Russell. We did a little like sponsored trip up there and we did lots of little activities. It was really fun. It was really good. Went
Cool.
to the tannery. Have you been to the tannery?
No, we just arrived yesterday evening. We
Mhm.
we went to the Waitangi grounds,
Oh,
Waitangi Treaty
it's
Grounds.
amazing there, eh?
Amazing,
Mm.
amazing. Highly recommend for anyone to go. I would have liked to have spent a bit more time there. We might go back again tomorrow because your entry ticket gives you, I think you can go back like within 5 days or something.
Yeah.
You can have a return trip because like actually needed a bit more time than we had. But it's so good. How did you feel when you were there? Because I
The
actually felt quite emotional.
the energy there
It's really
is
powerful, isn't it?
incredible.
Yeah,
It's
it
amazing,
really
isn't it? It
yeah,
almost, like, punches you in the face when you get there. It's like it's
yeah.
incredible. But I think it's also really special being at the exact place,
Mhm.
and feeling like that's where our ancestors were, and I don't know, it's just got such a punchy
Yeah,
energy. It's
there's so
amazing.
much history, there's so much feeling. It's
Mm,
such an ongoing conversation, and it felt really important. I don't know, it felt a really important place to visit
yeah.
and go to as a New Zealander.
Yeah, I feel like
Um,
every New Zealander should go as an adult as well because we often like, I don't know if you guys went on as a school trip, like, we went on a
no, that's my first trip.
Oh,
That's my
like,
first
we
one with
went on
family.
a school trip there, and it was amazing, but, I mean, as a kid, I feel like you enjoy it and stuff, and it's cool, but I think going back as an adult where
When
you
you
can
can
really
understand, Maddie,
understand it a
the
bit more.
gravitas again.
Yeah, it's well worth doing.
Yeah, like it didn't land for them.
Mm,
Like it didn't land. And I'm like,
yeah,
"You know what? That's fine. It's probably somewhere maybe you'll think is important to eventually come back to."
yeah.
We saw the kapahaka there,
Mhm,
and, like, being in the whare was just the energy is so powerful.
mm,
So powerful. I just found it incredibly moving.
yeah,
So, yeah,
it's a pretty
well
amazing
worth well
place.
worth a visit. Didn't I only got halfway around the museum before they were just, like, running around and just, and then we had to go up and I was like, "Okay, right, we might do this in 2 trips."
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's a
Yeah.
two-parter.
It's a
Yeah.
two-parter, it's a two-parter. So, yeah, no, we are 3/4 of the way through our 12-night road trip around Northland,
Yeah,
and, I think it's been great. I think just at this point, I am mummed out.
yeah.
I am
Yeah,
like,
yeah, we know the feeling.
I am losing my mind. I'm can't wait for some just, like, adult company and
Mhm.
interaction, like, dinners out with 2 children, meals out with 2 children, like, quite painful. Okay, good, I've sent them off to skedaddle, it has started to rain, perfect timing, perfect
Yep,
timing. They're
brilliant.
probably gonna boomerang. Anyway, we'll deal with that when it happens. Yeah, I'm losing my mind.
Mm, it is a lot, it is a lot.
Yeah, I mean, they are, but we're having some really, really good times, but it's just this is a long time.
Yeah.
And
How long is it? 10 days?
12 nights.
12 nights, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's just quite exhausting being in each other's company the entire time,
Yeah.
sharing rooms, and I actually considered walking over the hill into Russell Township today to do the laundry, like to go to the laundromat, to be like, "Hey, I'm just gonna pop out and do the laundry," and just walk there
Yeah.
with a little satchel over my shoulder and
Just
take
be
2
alone.
hours. Yeah.
Yeah. Just be
Just
alone with
be
your satchel
alone.
on a pilgrimage to the laundromat.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And I just, like, sometimes I wonder at what age we started to just appreciate, like, outstanding natural beauty. Because I
Mm.
took them on a walk this morning. Well, what I've discovered is We don't go on a walk or a hike. We go to explore.
Yeah.
We're going to go and explore, and then that is more
It's a good
palatable.
one actually, because when you say, "Let's
Mm.
go for a walk, let's go for a hike," they're instantly like, "You're making me do something that is hard, and
Mhm.
I don't wanna do it." And
Mhm.
then it becomes a big, like, you're dragging them out the door, being
Mm.
like, "Come on, let's do this family exercise." Whereas, yeah, going exploring
We're gonna
together,
go and
that's key.
explore. I found that the vocabulary is absolutely crucial. So we did explore this lovely walk out to this point, which was quite muddy and steep. And like, I just walked ahead because I couldn't listen to
Yeah, sometimes you
anymore.
just gotta block it out because it's
Just
like,
had to block it out.
"You guys are just gotta get through this, and
Yeah.
I'm not gonna help you
Yep.
because
I'm done. I'm
yep,
done.
it's on you now, team."
Yep. They were actively resentful of of the exploring this morning, but it was like, if we didn't do that, you would just watch Netflix all morning. So,
Yeah.
sometimes we have
We've
to
gotta get
explore.
out in nature, yeah,
Mm,
and sometimes you've just gotta be forced by your mum, and
mm.
that's
And that's the way
being
that
a
it
kid.
goes. And
Mhm.
that's what it is to be a parent.
Mm.
Just trying to find ways to manipulate your children into doing things that they will hashtag never be so grateful for.
It's for their own good. It's for
Yeah.
their own good.
And last night after our dinner, when we got to this place, the host was like, "Oh, you can hear kiwis." I was like, "Oh my God, amazing." I was like, "Have you seen it?" And she looked at me like I was a complete idiot. And it was like, "Listen, I live in Christchurch. We don't get to see,
Yeah.
unless we go to Willowbank, we're not seeing kiwis." Anyway, she gave us these red torches and she was like, "If you go down to this track, in the evening, you might just see a kiwi." And so we took the torches with us. So on the way back from dinner, I was like, this is actually genius because I don't know if you've been kiwi spotting before, Maddie, but you've got to be very quiet.
You've gotta be so quiet, and you've gotta tiptoe. Can't be talking.
Nah, no. So off we went into this track, and it was like they were so into it because they wanted to spot a kiwi. I mean, so did I, but I
Mm.
was also so into it because everyone was silent.
Just enjoying the tranquility.
Oh, it was
Mm.
heaven. It was such a delight to be shushed by my own children. It really I can't tell you. It really, really was.
Have they been squabbling? Because I feel like it
Oh, yeah.
gets to this point in the school holidays,
Oh,
and
no, they
everyone's a
just
bit
start that
squabbly.
way and continue,
Yeah.
like, it's like the constant squabbling over who's getting the front passenger seat. The constant s okay, the constant s okay, so taking my kids on a road trip, they failed to understand there's quite a lot of driving. They're like, "Oh, so how long are we driving for today?" And I've broken it up. So, like, I think our longest drive was like 2.5 hours. It
Yeah.
really wasn't so bad. And then I'm like, we're stopping at places on the way to the destination to do fun activities that I've planned that everyone appreciates. It doesn't feel that bad, but it's
Mm.
a road trip. We started in Auckland. We've gone all the
Mhm.
way to Cape Reinga. We're coming back down the other side.
There's a
A
lot
bit
of
of
ground
driving.
to cover. Yeah.
So turns out that like Frankie can just read in the back seat and that no effect, like not a problem, not a problem. Alex has to sit in the front seat with the window all the way down with his head kind of poking out of it to not get car sick. But
Mm.
there's still squabbling over who's sitting where, and then there's squabbling over the window, and you
'Cause it's
know,
down, and then it's cold and windy
mm,
in the back, and
mhm.
yeah.
Mm. So, there's a fair share of squabbles. They're doing pretty well. And we've seen some really cool things. We've done some really fun things. Like we
Mm.
hired e-bikes and went biking up 90 Mile Beach. That was great.
That looked amazing,
That
and
was
the
so fun.
surfing down the sand dunes.
Sandboarding down the sand dunes, also really, really fun. And just like random little things that, we planned things that didn't really go to plan. So then we had to sort of pivot and do something else. And then that ended
Mm.
up being surprisingly fun. Strange enough, like there's been some great bird activity in the North Island.
Oh my god, and how good is bird watching? I'm obsessed.
Well, a lot of wild turkeys, you know.
Oh,
Now, let me tell you that something that you're going to find extremely disappointing. Okay.
okay.
So you would think a group of turkeys, like you get a gaggle of geese, right?
Yeah,
You get a murder of crows, you get
yeah,
a whatever. A group of turkeys, what I would wanna call them is like a gobble of turkeys, right?
yeah,
Like, that would be great. That's the obvious thing to call a group of turkeys.
definitely. Yeah.
It's called a rafter.
A rafter of turkeys.
Mm,
Yeah, that is disappointing. I
mm,
would have expected a bit more.
yeah, definitely. So, there's been great turkeys. Oh, and we went to and also just, like, random chickens and roosters just just around. Lee has some wonderful rooster activity. There was ones that just park in the car park.
Yep, lots of good roosters up in Lee.
Yeah.
Did you go to Lee Eats?
Oh, yes, we did.
It's cool,
Very,
eh? Good
yeah,
coffee.
really cool. Did I have a coffee? No, I didn't have a coffee, but I had a snapper burger. Amazing.
Oh,
Amazing.
yes. I've had that
Yeah,
snapper
so
burger.
that was a
Fresh
great.
and delicious.
Oh, sure was. That was a great tip. Thank you. And what was the other thing I was going to say that was really fun? Surprisingly fun. I don't remember, but I tell you one thing. Shout out to the sauna project in Ahipara. So we stayed there, and this couple, Dan and Hans, they were awesome. They've got one of those sauna trailers
Oh,
as
yeah.
part of the sauna project, parked right on the beach. So 2 mornings in a row, I was so close to where we were staying. Went down, dipped in the ocean,
Oh,
rounds in the sauna, back
amazing.
in the ocean, saw the sunrise. Absolutely amazing.
Divine.
Amazing. Highly
Mm.
recommend. 5 stars. Go do it. They were awesome. And so, like, yeah, we've just sort of stumbled across cool little things, and it's just so beautiful. And it felt also really important to get up to Cape Reinga. Like, that felt it felt really important. I've had some beautiful moments of like, I feel like a greater sense of belonging,
Mm.
I
And
think.
our country is so amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
been incredible. I was like, "Guys, should we just do every corner?" And they're like,
Sure, mum. Yeah,
"Okay."
it's the sorts of it's the sort of thing that you look back as an adult and be like, I remember my parents being like, "Oh, this is wonderful because you've like XYZ and this is something that we all have to do as New Zealanders." And you're
Mm,
just like, "Oh, yeah, okay."
yeah.
But then we all turn into that when
I
we're adults. We're
know.
like, "Oh, this was fantastic."
And at some point, I'll be like, "Hey, remember that time that we did this?" And I'll be like, "No." Like, "You never took us on holiday." Like, it'll be like that kind of thing. Like, "Remember
Yep.
that, like, 2-week road trip we did around Northland?" Like, "No."
They will remember it. They absolutely
They'll
will
remember
remember it.
random they'll remember random bits like the chicken, the roosters in the car park
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
hopefully. Yeah, so this is where we're at. I tell you what though, sleeping next to Frankie,
Mm.
so she and I are sharing bed. She is a wriggler from way
Oh.
back. Like,
Oh.
have you seen on the gram the octopus that just randomly punch fish just out of spite, just for no
No.
reason? You haven't seen
No.
that? I
No,
see
I
it
haven't seen
often.
it.
Okay, next time I see it, I don't know why I see it so often in my algorithm, but like octopus and there's this thing about how like they just randomly will punch fish for no scientific reason. Scientists can't work it out. Every now and again, they'll just punch fish.
It's a bit mean.
Well, that's what it's like sleeping next to my daughter.
She's just randomly in
So
the night giving you a little punch.
oh, yeah, it's just like a leg will come out, arm will come out. It's just like, I don't know, we're like, "Oh god," you know? Yeah,
Is she
it's not
dreaming?
I hope so. It's
Yeah.
not restful. So there's quite a lot of activity in the night. Anyway, Maddie, we've got right off topic.
But we've had a good rundown of the 3/4 full of the Northland trip.
Yes, and I'm really glad that we've done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you?
I I'm really glad that also that they're the age that they can skedaddle.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, and you don't have to manage them the whole
Yeah,
time.
or like I can go for a little walk and that's okay, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah,
Like, 'cause
totally.
there's a lot of mumming. There's a lot of mumming. Yeah, yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet. Hey, well, you're doing bloody well.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. Okay, we have a listener email.
Do you
Yes.
wanna read it? I've
Oh,
got
have
it
you got
here.
it?
Yeah,
Yes. Do you
I've
know
got
what?
it right in front of me.
I'd love to hear you read it.
Okay. So this wonderful woman emailed us after our episode with Emma McLean talking about the motherhood penalty. And I feel like this email just sums up what so many women experience, what so many of my friends have experienced. I mean, when I read this to you and then I tell you the experience of a good friend of mine, it just brings all the points home of like, wow, this is the shit we have to deal with. Okay. Hi, ladies. I wanted to write and say thank you so much for your latest podcast. It really resonated with me. I'm an architect and have been practicing architecture since 2007, gaining my registration 3 days before I found out I was pregnant with our first child via IVF in 2015. She will be 10 in August and our son is 7. The struggles I have had with returning to work after having my babies, working part time, finding new part time roles to fit into childcare have been immense. After my son was born, I was asked to come back full time, but by day 3 of working, the amount I got paid didn't cover the cost of childcare. At architecture school in my first year, all the women in the class were asked to stand up and leave the lecture theatre by the old man lecturer, as he said we would never become architects because we were going to have babies. I just sat
Ugh.
down and laughed. My husband has been very supportive, but from the get go, it has been me as the primary caregiver. He earns over 200K a year, and his career has progressed and progressed. Whilst since I work part time, I have been told I can't progress until I'm full time. So I'm still stuck on 80K a year on 30-hour weeks. We both started our KiwiSaver in 2010. His now sits at 250K and mine is at 80. The gap between us keeps getting bigger, even though we're in the same industry and started off in the same place. So sorry if this sounds like a wee whinge. It's not. It's just confirming everything that was said in your podcast. And at last, I feel heard. Thank you, ladies, for everything you do. I see you and appreciate you. Thank you.
Mm.
So, this exact thing has happened to a friend of mine who she is smart and articulate and driven. And she had an important job at a very well known company in New Zealand. And then she had her babies, was promised that when she comes back, the role would be flexible. Like she could do it more part time or 4 days a week or something like that. So she came back and was doing that and then was doing really well and decided that she wanted to progress. And a job came up above her. So she thought, I'm going to go for it. She went for it. They said to what her manager said to her, you can do this in a part-time way, like you can do it 4 days a week. So she said, okay, great. So she went through the whole thing. It was almost hers. And then her manager said, look, we've actually just got word from the CEO, and he has said that there cannot be a senior role that is 4 days a week. So basically, if you want this job, you'll have to work 5 days a week. And she was like, well, I can't. It's for so many different reasons. And I also don't want to. Like, I have 2 little kids at home. And I just think it's such a shame. It's a shame for everyone because then these companies miss out on these really talented women that are so smart and so driven, and they don't get to progress just because they have kids at home that need looking after. And then it sucks for the women as well
Mm.
because then it's like, okay, so I have to pay a price
Mm.
career-wise for my children, and it's just such a
Yeah, all
it's
my children
it's such a
pay a
shame.
price
All
for
you're
me.
doing is upskilling. Like, all you're doing when you have children, you are so much more skilled coming out the other side of when they're little or your time off or whatever. Oh, it just pisses me off.
It really shits me, and it's just such bullshit. I'm sorry. You
Yeah.
can't have a senior role that's 4 days a week. Bullshit.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Bullshit. Because the most crucial elements of whatever that role are,
Mm,
sure as shit could be done in 4 days a week. And I bet
totally.
there's some admin stuff that could then be passed on to somebody else.
Yeah.
It's just you can't tell me that the person can't make decisions in 4 days a week and it's got to be 5. It's
Mm,
just not right.
no.
The fact is they just don't like it. They don't want someone who has children
Mm,
and is a woman,
yeah.
because they're like, well, this is not going to be the first priority. They're going to be, that child's going to have sick days. They're going to want to change their flexi hours. Other people are going to get upset about it. It's like, can we stop pretending that people don't have fucking children?
I know. I know. Like, children exist, and some respect for that role of raising children would be nice from employers as well. Like, understanding you are doing that job and the home, that's amazing. How can we make both work?
Mm.
Like, how can we
Because we
support you
value.
because we value you? How can we support you to get everything that you need to do at work and thrive for the company? And how can we support you to make your life easier so that you can do that? And
Mm.
it's oh my
It's
god, it
because,
doesn't
it
matter.
ultimately comes down to the way that we as a society value the role of parenting, of
Yeah,
motherhood in
yeah.
particular,
Well, we
and
don't.
value families. We
Yeah.
don't. We don't. What do we value? We value revenue.
Mm.
That's it. That's what it comes down to, because what they're thinking about is productivity,
Mm.
you know?
And it's a very like we live in a very adult-centered society where everything is for the profitability and the comfort of adults and all of that, and then children just have to slot in and they just have to make it work around the adult priorities. I
Mm.
just think it's such a shame because it's like they exist. They are a whole population that exists and they are our future. So to ignore them and their needs and to just expect them to just figure it out, it's
And
it's
then
just really
also,
sad.
it is
It's sad.
sad. And then we're just teaching them as well, well, this is what is valuable in this
Mm,
society. Not
mhm.
you, not the children that you have, but being productive and being able to behave like the children don't fucking exist, you
Yeah,
know? It
yeah.
really infuriates me. And like the listener email that we got, like one thing that really struck me, or a couple of, I mean, it all really struck me. It's like one that fucking old, sorry about my terrible language today. I think it's just that I've been holding it all in since I've been around the children all the
Yeah.
time. Not all of it, not all of it. Some things were whispered under my breath. Some things were a little more audible. I'm not going to lie. But one that fusty old lecturer telling women
Mm.
to leave the lecture hall because they'd never been an architect.
I actually think he should be sacked for that. I find that
It's
unacceptable.
completely unacceptable.
Unacceptable. You are a lecturer at a higher education facility.
Take your misogyny somewhere else. It's a
Take
fucking
it
sackable
somewhere else.
offence.
Yeah, like that's not your job. Teach architecture. Like do that.
Mm,
Don't fucking make people feel like they're never going to be able to succeed in what they're paying to learn about
yeah.
because they want to have a family too. Like, fuck
So
off.
I know he sucks.
Yeah,
Anyway,
he's a dick.
he's a dick. um, but the Kiwi Saver example, you know,
Mm,
when Emma was talking about in the podcast that the greatest group of people coming into poverty were women over 60, that's why.
mm,
That's why.
yeah.
They're not able to earn and put money into their Kiwi Saver, and if they come out of their partnership, if they're in one,
Mm.
then they've got no buffer. There's nothing, there's no safety net for
I was
them
just going to
that they've
say,
been
like,
able to accumulate.
if they've already paid the motherhood penalty potentially a number of times and
Mm,
then their marriage breaks down for whatever reason, so they have to go through a divorce, then it's like they've been hit with the bloody
mm,
bad luck brush
mm.
through no fault of their own.
I
It's
know.
through trying to just raise the next generation, and then they've got to bloody
Mm.
figure
Um,
out how to.
I mean, just I think we can take a lesson from my children and their lack of gratitude, that we also should be less grateful
Mm,
for employment on other people's terms. We actually really, all of us, not just us, but partners as well, really need to start pushing in companies
yeah,
for more flexible, more options, for there to be more support, more appreciation for what people have going on outside of their
yeah,
roles.
yeah. Well, I loved what she said about being annoying because
Yeah.
I think sometimes like we don't want to be annoying, and like we don't want to be the complainer, but it's not that. It's about standing up for yourself and instead of being like, "Oh gosh, thank you so much for giving me this job." It's like, "No, you are choosing them just as much as they are choosing you."
Mm.
So it's we've just got to be annoying. We've just got to bring it up.
Friendly annoying.
We've
And,
just got to
and
be
you're not
friendly.
just doing it for you're doing it for the people after you who are going to start their
Mm.
families as well. And then they're going to be dealing with the same shit.
And
I did
your
like,
children?
yeah, and your children. And I did like something Emma said, and I can't remember if it was actually in our podcast or if it was something else I listened to that she'd done, about how I get the frustration of other people in the workplace who are like, well, if they've got flexible hours, but because I don't have children, I don't have flexible hours, and that's kind of not fair. And I'm like, yeah, no, that isn't fair. But if like, why can't people have some flexibility around something outside of work that is important to them?
Yes.
Like if someone's training for a marathon or whatever they're choosing to do, or if they're a
We're merging
volunteer or
2.
if they're,
You're
you
merging
know,
2, you are merging Emma
am I? Oh,
and
I know. Oh, yep, 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 yep.
it's escaped me. It's
Mhm.
escaped
I know
me.
exactly who you mean. But I am. But
Yes.
anyway, it's a good point. Yeah, because I think like it's just a good practice for workplaces to acknowledge that having a balance
Mm.
between your career and what you have going on in your personal life
Yeah.
is important, and it should be acknowledged, and there should be appreciation for it, and it should be seen as valuable because that makes you a better person. And the thing is like even within our team, like we're obviously an extremely flexible team, like because
More fluid than most.
more fluid than most, made by mums for mums. But we love our work and we bring so much to it because it's actually a place that we get to express those other parts of ourselves outside of parenting.
Mm.
Like I was put on this earth for a lot of things. I came with a uterus, I've used it, but like that's just one of the things that I do. But there's a lot of other things that we all bring to what we do, and we love it and we bring it with so much passion because we get to express that part of ourselves outside of the demands of parenting.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
We could rant on
We
and
could rant
rant on about this.
all day. We could rant all day. But anyway,
Okay, all
anyway,
right.
shall we move on? Shall
Yes,
shall we move on from the motherhood penalty?
yeah. Let's. Okay, I'll tell you one thing that happened on this trip. I mean, I'm telling you lots of things. This is my content. This is what I've got to talk about. I caught up with a friend. You know how sometimes, listener of the show, hi. You know how sometimes stuff just works out, falls into place, and you're like, oh,
Mhm.
you couldn't have planned it if you tried. So we got up to Opononi, and it just started pouring with rain. So that was the first spot we were gonna do sandboarding
Yeah.
and couldn't because it was just absolutely bucketing. And then my friend got in touch who we worked out we haven't seen each other for like 15 years since a very drunken night up on a ski field. And she was like, "Oh, we just moved up here like 3 days ago. If you've got time, it'd be great to catch up." And I was like, "I'm just 4 minutes up the road." Like
Amazing.
I know, so amazing. And because it was pouring with rain, like we got to have a really good catch up on our
Mm,
lives, on the last 15 years of life.
mm.
And it was so precious. Like, and I love it when like when you've been to school with someone or you've known someone so well. It's just like there's no sort of easing back. It's like you're just
It's just
straight back
there.
in, aren't you?
It's
You're just
always
straight
there.
back in.
Yeah, you just kind of pick up where you left off.
Yeah, but we had this like amazing chat about how sometimes the best gifts in life just come in really weird packaging. The things that present themselves as like challenges, obstacles, disasters, whatever, can often just be the thing that leads in to the next great thing. Do
Mm.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
And like,
definitely.
you
And it's
know,
hard to see when you're in the thick of it, but then you
yeah,
come out the other side and you think, "Actually, what a
if
gift
that
that
hadn't
was."
happened, that wouldn't have led on to that, or that wouldn't have allowed me to do that.
Mm,
And we also talked about how like you live like different lives within one life.
mm.
Like the life you were living sort of 10 years ago or whatever, you kind of when you're in that place, you kind of imagine for yourself what your future's going to look like and what your life is going to look like, and you imagine this picture, and then you just sort of imagine this like smooth kind of transition between that life and the next part and how it's all going to look. But you don't. You kind of have these like do-overs in life where then you have a complete renovation of the entire life, and then you live another life, and then you think back to the previous thing and you're like, wow, that just feels like someone else.
Yeah.
And sometimes those seemingly disastrous things in between are the gifts that are in weird packaging, just delivering you into the next phase, the next chapter, the next new looking life that you get to live for yourself.
Mm,
It's so interesting. And I think I don't know, it's part of that we get confused by the whole Disney scenario. Like, do you remember when you're in like your early 20s and you're like, and then I'll meet someone and then I get married and then we'll have like a
yeah.
house and then we'll like
Yeah, I
paint the
was like,
fence
"Kids
and
by
then we'll get some
27,
dogs.
and then we'll move out to the country, and then we'll do this, and then I'll have a little business doing this with my little kids and blah, blah, blah," and yeah.
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
will just look like that for the rest of my days.
And it will all just be perfection. There'll be
Yeah.
no hiccups, no bumps in the road. It'll all just be smooth sailing.
And then at some point I'll retire and get interested in gardening. You
Yes.
know?
Yeah. One day that interest will come. Love the planting phase. Really gung ho in the planting phase.
And then like the sort of the picture of what it will be like in the end when you're just out there with your little basket gathering produce.
I know it. I'm like,
Mm.
wouldn't a wildflower garden look so wonderful here with a little landscaped hedge around the side and a path through it all?
Oh,
And then I'm like, who can be bothered doing that?
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
not me.
I just can't believe, sometimes life doesn't look like the full page spreads of images in a cookbook.
Mm.
Like, you know?
No, it certainly doesn't.
No, it certainly doesn't. Anyway, where was I? That was kind of the theme of our catch up. It was
Mm.
sort of going through all of these things that had happened in the previous like 15 years and how we got from that drunken night and on the ski field to where we both are now, being like, I could never have imagined, I could never have imagined that this would have happened and that would have happened and that would have happened. And here we are. Like, what the hell? Like, you couldn't imagine it. You wouldn't read about it. My friends don't believe it.
Mm.
Sometimes I think you look at these seemingly disastrous intermissions, the gifts and weird packaging, as a failure in the process.
Yeah.
And it's not. It's just like the transition. But there
Mm.
has to be an inciting incident, to actually
Yeah.
sometimes create a bit of a transition. And it can
And
look like a disaster and look like a failure. But then I think to be able to ride that out with an open mind and be like, this is
this is
something
all part of
sometimes has to
it.
break
It's all
down
part of it.
to
Yeah.
bring something new.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think a good way to look at those moments is like when you're in them, just being like, there will come a time where I can look back on this
Yes.
with gratitude.
Yes.
Like right now, it feels horrific and
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like I'll be able to look back on this with gratitude. But from past experiences and the data that I have received throughout my
Mm.
life
I now know.
tells me that this is what's going to
I
happen.
will be
So it's
hashtag
just one
so
foot.
grateful.
So grateful. So it's just one foot in front of the other until we
Yeah.
get to that point.
And I think like it's fine to in that moment be like, this sucks.
Hmm.
And it hurts and it's sad or it's upsetting or I'm angry or I'm resentful or whatever. That's fine because we don't bypass our emotions.
No,
We go through the
we
entire
experience them.
process.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you're right to know that, and that's definitely something that I've sort of told myself in really difficult times is that at some point this moment will be a memory,
Yeah.
and I'll be looking at it from a different perspective and from a different time and from a better place. Like this moment will be a memory,
Mm.
and they are all. Apart from I've got a terrible memory, so a lot of them are just gone.
And
um,
there's also something really comforting sometimes when you're in the throes of a shit experience to be like, this is the shit part.
mm,
So like it almost makes me feel better being like, I'm already in the shit part
yeah,
and I'm dealing with it now. There's nothing to worry about coming up because I'm in it. I'm in it.
I'm
You
getting it
know,
done.
I'm getting it done. I'm experiencing it and it feels shit. But the good thing is that we will claw our way out of it and we will get better and better and better and better. So there is so much to look forward to because you know that it's not going to stay shit forever.
No,
That eventually you'll work through it and you'll come out the other side and be like, oh my gosh, that was a lot.
mm. I
But
don't guess one thing for sure is that time passes.
yes,
And
exactly.
it's like, maybe shout out to all the people who are be like, I'm in the shit part. Like, I'm in the shit part right now. Because we see you and hear you. And one thing for
Hmm.
sure is that time passes.
Yes,
And you're
yes.
getting it done. Like, the great news is that you're not before the shit part. Like, you're
Hmm.
not finding out the shit part is coming. You're just in the thick of it. And
Yeah,
away you go.
yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Oh,
Anyway,
Maddie,
well, God, we're just solving so many things today, aren't we?
well, we're having a good rant anyway.
Yeah, we are ranting. We're not really solving. We're ranting.
Sometimes a rant has got to happen. I'm just thrilled I'm getting to talk to an adult. Like, I'm
Look,
not having to be like,
can I stop you there for just 1 second?
mm,
I've got an emergency. Hold on.
okay.
before you use the butter, can you just check that the macadamia oil is not in the bathroom, beside the bath, or in the linen cupboard at the top? Because I have a feeling that I did get some. All
Mm.
good if you've already used the butter, but please just check if you haven't. Sorry, time was of
Oh,
the essence with that. It was of the
oh,
essence. He's
thank
in the middle of the
God.
cake.
Fuck.
I know.
He's
Yeah.
doing a cake.
Well, I did the cake this morning, but we didn't have any macadamia oil. It's an orange.
Oh
It's a it's a quinoa, orange, and cardamom cake,
my God, that
and
sounds fantastic.
I know it's a very fancy cake. Kids were just so upset that was the cake I chose, but anyway. So I was like, "Hey, guys, let's bake a cake," and they're like, "Oh, yeah, great, chocolate," and I was like, "How about orange, thyme, and cardamom?" And they're just
Oh,
like,
go to work.
Yeah, yeah, just bloody go to work." Yes, so anyway, it
Quick
was
question.
99% made. Yes.
Your macadamia oil's in the linen cupboard?
Well, so this this is a thing. We use oil in the bath sometimes, so just
Mhm.
like a couple of drops of macadamia or almond oil.
Lovely.
Really nice.
Mm,
And so sometimes I do put it in the linen cupboard with the
okay,
towels
okay.
because in our new house, we're having all sorts of storage issues being, oh, for the love of God,
Mhm.
don't know where things going.
Well,
And
I
there's
did have the utter joy of visiting you in your new house.
You did get a little tour. Yeah. Well, with our kids, which was very sweet. So our
Mhm.
kids all
Actually
met for
got
the
to hang
first
out for the
time, which
first
was
time.
hilarious. But when you guys left, Milo came to show me a picture of a dragon. And
Ah.
he was like, "Look what I drew, Mum." I was like, "It's a remarkably good dragon."
I know someone else who likes to draw a
Yes. I
picture
was
of a
like,
dragon.
Are you sure that wasn't Frankie that drew that?"
Amazing.
And he was like, "No, no, I did. Yep, yeah, I drew it." I was like, "Hmm,
Hmm.
I think we might be telling a lie."
Oh, Milo's first foray into plagiarism.
Yes.
What a day.
I know. So proud. So proud. Yep,
Oh,
just
that
get
is
someone
so
else's work
funny.
that looks good, call it your own.
Just scribble Milo on the bottom.
Yeah.
Signed.
Saying, "Wow, your skills have come along remarkably
Like
quickly."
that one mum, that's a one-off.
Yeah, yeah, I was just feeling it that day. Yeah, don't expect it again, okay?
Moved on from dragons, now gone back to circles. Oh my God, amazing. Storage issues.
Major storage issues. Yeah,
Mhm.
yep. So, kitchen, we've got more storage, which is great. We've got an actual pantry, which is very exciting. But linen, there's one sort of angular cupboard. Yeah, we're just figuring how that's gonna work. But we have hired professionals.
Oh.
We've hired professional home organizers. Isn't that so exciting?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I'm a little bit jealous because I
Mm.
would love that for my wardrobe. Like,
Oh, yes. Yeah.
it's too
So
small.
they're called Sort My House, and they're coming tomorrow. Was it Sort My House or Sort My Home? One of the 2. Hold
So
on.
did they
Hold on.
also, like, design kind of storage within cupboards? Like, are they like, "Okay, if you put this shelf here and put that rack there, and if you do that, then this is gonna, like, create just a magical storage solutions for you." Is that what you get? Or do they
So
just be like, "No, we'll just put that in that drawer. Fold it
yeah,
like
so
this."
what they're gonna do is they're coming over tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Mhm.
and they are going to pull every single thing out of the kitchen. And I know, everything out of the kitchen, and they're gonna rearrange it all so that it flows and that it makes more sense and that everything is in its correct
Oh,
place.
I'm
I
so
am
invested,
so
Maddie.
excited. I am
I'm irrationally excited by this.
And they're
Can you
gonna pull
can you
all the towels and sheets out of the linen cupboard, and they're gonna put and they're gonna bring little boxes, and they're gonna put
I
things in
bet they
little
know where to
boxes.
get the right size boxes for
I
everything.
know, I
Oh my
know. Well,
God.
they've asked for measurements for the angular linen
Have
cupboard,
they?
so
I bet they have.
they'll be putting
Can
things
you,
in. So excited.
is there a reel coming for this? Like, are we
There
gonna
actually isn't.
document?
It's cold hard cash.
Fuck.
It's cold hard cash.
Oh.
But I mean, I'm gonna do a little before and after.
Yes, please do.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
stories? What are we gonna get? Like, I need something.
Stories, I think.
Okay,
Yeah, a
okay,
little
alright.
little before and after story situation.
Oh my
But
God.
I am so excited because I just thought, do you know what?
I just want it to
Stuff
work.
it. Like, I just want it to work. I'm not good at it. Art's, bless his heart, is
We've
not good at
talked
it
about the
either.
fridge. Mhm.
We've talked about the fridge. And so I just thought, let's just set ourselves up for bloody success. Like, let's get someone in to overhaul it, make it
Mhm.
functional, and then we just know where things go and everything has a place. And then we're not going to be like, because Art gets really stressed when I put everything in the whatnot drawer. Like, if it doesn't have a place, I'm like, I'll just shove it in the whatnot drawer. And he's
Oh,
like,
no.
please stop filling these drawers with random crap. It drives him nuts.
I hate that.
Yeah,
I bet they know where to get all the different sized boxes and
they do. Well, they
containers.
sell them, and they even sell, which I asked them to bring me one of these because it's like, oh my God, I haven't even thought about how annoying this is, but like wrapping paper storage kits. So you like put all the wrapping paper in along with like sellotape and stuff in the little
Mm.
pockets, and then you zip it up so that it's all together. Because ours just floats around.
Oh, I've got a
It just
bucket.
floats around the house, and then the kids find it and they like wrap up random things with
That's
it
great.
and they waste it.
Yeah, good.
So
Oh
everything's
my
going to have a
god. Oh my
place. Oh
god.
my God.
Because I think this is one thing that, like, plagues my mind. This is, like, a lot of my mental clutter is the household clutter.
Yes.
And
Yep.
I look at things and I'm like, "Oh, that just all needs to be everything taken out and just reorganized and
Yep.
sorted," and I just don't know when this time comes to do it. But, like, when I do it, like, I get such a kick out of it.
Doesn't it? But it feeds into every aspect of your
Everything.
life.
Mm.
Yeah, like when my home life is organized, I'm like, I am on top of the world. I'm gonna do some
Mm.
exercise today. I'm gonna call the friends that I haven't spoken to in ages.
I'm gonna
It's
eat a
like
salad.
I'm gonna eat a salad. I'm gonna sprinkle some beef liver into my food.
Yep.
Like I'm just this
Yep.
powerhouse when I have an organized house. And then if it goes to shit, I'm like, oh, go on, I'll just have pizza, whatever.
Yep. 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 Yep.
Yeah. Everything's messy. I'm gonna stuff my face with pizza and
Fuck it.
just fuck it. Who cares?
I know.
Oh, so
Oh my
bad.
god, it's the cheapest drug you can get.
Pizza.
Well, pizza. Well, yes,
Mm.
pizza, but organization.
Oh,
Like,
yes. Yes.
organized drawers and organized pantries and
I
wardrobes
know.
and
It's a bit of earned dopamine though, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
you
you
do
need
have
to
to work for it
yeah, like I say, my
or pay
garage,
someone.
I've been meaning to sort that out since I moved in 4 years ago.
Mm. And
God, doesn't
it's
change.
just so hard. It's so hard. That's seriously earned dopamine. Like, you gotta
Mm.
bloody work for
Yeah,
that.
because that's not one day.
No.
Like, that's days, that's
Well,
weekends,
yeah, that's like that's a long weekend, I think. It's
minimum.
a mm,
Mm, mm. I need to say what I'm gonna do. I talk about it all the time. I'm gonna start with the wardrobe.
yes. Yeah, because it's good to
Yeah.
start with something manageable that gives you
That's a day.
that puts you
Yeah.
in the flow of it as
Mm,
well. Because
mm.
then you're like, "Okay, I'm in it, we're
I'm hooked on that
organizing,
feeling. Yep,
and that feels good, and that's giving me the motivation to tackle that
yep.
area." That was a little tip I got from Instagram actually, and it said, "Just give yourself 15 minutes and choose a little pocket in the house.
Do
Choose
a
a little
drawer, do a
small
little
pocket." Yep.
cupboard,
Just for 15 minutes
and
because
then you get
that
hooked.
feels manageable.
Yeah.
But then you get the feeling of like, "Oh, this is actually feeling pretty good."
Mm.
And the 15 minutes is up. I'm gonna take another 15. I'm gonna
Oof.
tackle another area.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, it's bloody good, isn't it?
Oh
Yeah. But
god.
then last night when I was fossicking about in our wardrobe doing some organizing and folding and moving around, and then I was doing Art's side, and I was, like, hanging up some of his things and moving it around, and then I pushed his hangers to the side, and that pulled the whole bar out, which then which then pushed the side wall, which then brought down the top shelf.
Oh
So,
no.
every single item of his clothing
Oh
and
my
all the
god.
just everything is everywhere, and he
You
just
had the best
looked over
intentions.
and he was like, "Oh." It's like, "Sorry, that's a big job to clean up. Let's sort that tomorrow."
Oh
Oh,
well,
well.
you can't get it all right. Well, Maddie,
No.
I suppose I should find my children.
Yeah. Yeah, you go and pluck them out from wherever they've
Although
gone off to.
I'm quite happy letting them continue to skedaddle.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
God, I wonder how long they can do it for.
Okay, well, let's call it here because then you might have a little window between now and when they are
Oh
back
my
in
god, what am I going to do with myself?
to
What am I
just
going
be by
to do?
yourself, to just be silent and
I'm going to be silent. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to sit
yeah,
on the sofa. You can guarantee it'll be 3 minutes in, and
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
come back. That's all right. I'll take it.
Let's just lower our expectations on it.
Okay.
Just take what you can get. basically.
I will.
Hey, well, you're doing the Lord's work and
Thank you so much.
and enjoy the rest of your road trip.
Hey, thank you. Tomorrow we've got glowworms, we've got stalagmites and stalactites.
Oh,
That's what
that's
we've
pretty
got.
cool.
That's
That's really
great.
cool.
You can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with that.
No.
Mhm.
I mean, glowworm's always awesome. I
Mm.
love those little things.
I know. Well, let's fingers crossed that works out because that's what I promised, and they're excited. And if it's closed, I'll be in all kinds of trouble.
Yeah. Hey, well, good luck and thank you to everyone for listening. And we'll be back next week with another banger of an episode of Untidy.
Another scintillating send us your rants, send us your stories.
Please
We'd
do.
love to hear from you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Untidy. If you enjoyed it, we'd love your support to keep making the show. The best thing you can do to help is subscribe by hitting follow in your podcast app and leaving us a little 5-star review. You can also now watch and subscribe on YouTube and check out how these millennials are keeping up with the cool kids on TikTok and the gram. Lastly, please share this podcast with your mates. It means that we can keep building this supportive community, keep giving you untidy episodes, and just keep doing what we love to do.
Don't forget to check out mybigmoments.com for kids' books that make your tricky job of parenting a whole lot easier. Untidy listeners get a discount at checkout, so just pop in Untidy for 10% off your order. Lastly, we would like to thank all of the good people who make this podcast possible. Flicker Williams and Joe Rocker at My Big Moments for the beautiful artwork and design, Maxine London Creative for editing this episode, and Lana Byrne for creating our social content. And to you, our listeners, Araha nui, take care. We'll see you soon.